Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm doing the video on major versus minor moves, and hopefully you have greater insights. Again, this probably doesn't mean anything to anybody but me. I, over the years, have asked several people, Mr. Hancock, Mr. Parker, Mr. Pick, everybody, sort of this. What's the difference between major and minor moves? What's the significance of it? And in this weird kind of roundabout way, it was always quickly answered and easily answered. Well, it's the major moves are done hard, soft, or easy. And part of me went, well, that makes total sense in a way, all right? Because again, where it kind of always seemed to conflict is, when I'm fighting and working on the bag, every move I tend to make tends to be a major move. I'm putting this same kind of level of effort in every move. So when I'm training, it's difficult for me to pull out and understand which are major moves and which are minor moves. And it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna, not that I can do it. I mean, luckily I have Bill here that has arms, but with a regular bag, I mean, sure, there's probably like 1, 2, boom, 1, 2, boom. You go, okay, these are minor moves and these are major moves. And I've also been told, well, the minor moves set up the major moves. Well, if they're setting up the major moves, and I'm doing, if I do these two things here in order to create some sort of opening to allow for this, weren't these just as important as this, thus making them major? So, and maybe that's, again, with me, that major and minor isn't a level of importance as maybe this other level of, I guess, commitment. And see, that's where I was kind of headed with it, is that what makes them somewhat different is that a minor move and a major move, it's the commitment that I make against the perceived resistance. Again, if I'm going like to the eyes and I don't feel there's going to be much resistance to the eyes or much resistance to the throat, I don't have to commit as much effort into that. So you could say it was a minor move. And that's where I'm sort of headed, is that it's not major or minor on the outside for that third point of view, because they could make an argument of how, when I did that to the eyes, that was a pretty major move because, I made a significant response to him because he's backed away, he's closed his eyes in great pain just because I did that. And I didn't do a lot of effort. Okay, but it's when I'm training and especially like when doing forms and stuff, how I express it, these two moves, you might say, oh, that's a minor move, that's a major, because it takes a lot of commitment of the body. That's a major. This, you could say, of these two moves, was this major and this is minor? Right, this hit him, and he bent over and he fell into this poked eye, or into this finger. So this I need, this was kind of an add-in. So this is a major move, this is a minor move. Or I could do it the other ways. That's major, which makes him go here, and then I have a minor catch him in the belly this way. So it's how I train it and how I express it that it becomes extremely significant, because as I'm training it and expressing it, its definition within me is that level of significance, because that's what I place value on, and maybe give more attention to these major moves and less attention to the minor moves, because I'm not giving as much commitment to those minor moves, and their success is not as important to me as the success of the major moves, right? So when I'm doing this and I'm actually dealing or working on a bag, I can here, and it's like, oh, I'm 1, 2, and then I'm hitting hard. Hit. So whether these work or not isn't as significant as that one. So, but it's It's in the way I express it, not so much in the way of how it really worked or how somebody was looking at it. But what I feel inside is truly what makes it minor and major. Okay? Hopefully, that just makes the waters more muddy. I don't know. For me, it seems to be clearing it out, and it's helping me to understand how my motion, because again, when I'm just doing motion, in general, all of these things have the same level of significance because they all require the same effort, the same commitment, because it's just motion. But now when I make it a movement and I'm giving this an intent, right? Even though it's a perceived intent because it's just in the air, I have this belief system that it's going to contend with X level of resistance and it'll be able to work with X level of resistance. Now, I have to go out, get a real body to find out if that isn't true or not. And then that helps me come back on the drawing board and go, oh, you know, I thought it only required this level of resistance or effort, commitment to contend with the resistance, but I'm finding, no, it takes a little bit more. But now I still could say whether that was minor and that's major, right? Or was the kick major and that's major. All right? Okay, so I thought I'd put it out there real quick. And any comments, please post them. Again, like I said, maybe nobody even cares about this. This is one of those silly things that goes into my head and forces me down a rabbit hole. All right, guys? Again, we'll see you this weekend.